Good morning. How are you guys? Happy Good Friday. What do you say? Grateful Good Friday. Thanks for coming, you guys. It's a great way to start the day, even though everything's going to go from here. We've got one thing down pat, and that's taking care of ourselves. Back. This first section of Y raise and rear delt fly is going to warm up shoulders, engage the upper back, all right? And we're gonna start at the top, and then we're gonna go down a little lower, then a little lower. We're gonna whole back today, okay? So I would go for light weights if I were you, and you could be standing or seated. For your Y raise, that simply means, if you could imagine a Y in your head, up, out there. So this part is the most important part, because that's where you're going to engage your upper back muscles, your traps and shoulders, mobility, the whole 9 yards, okay? So I am going to sit. That's a holiday, a little holiday on your ass. Okay, so there you go for 10. And really control and think. At the top, you want to feel that squeeze. And 10, all right? Now I was able to see how all the shoulders are feeling and what position is kind of iffy, and I can make adjustments as I go along, or it'll get more blood to the area and more mobility into the area, and it'll feel better. So I'm going to stay down here for my rear delt fly. Again, 10 count. Beautiful. You might need a little rest. You could take it to a little stretch for low back, hamstrings, and just get the blood flowing through the whole body, okay? Feel those hamstrings that attach to the glutes, that attach to the low back. And then obviously, upper back. Y raise. So it's a front lateral raise, shoulders, traps, upper back. And 10. Watch the grip, you guys. I don't know if it's, just the excited tension of the weekend. Your head's traveling ahead of your body and going places, and you're getting tense and you don't know it. That's happening to me. So I'm just going to try and stay in this moment, and I'll deal with the next plan, the next adventure after this. This is really the hardest part about fitness, is like when you truly got a lot going on, it's kind of like, nah, I'm gonna skip it. We're not. We're here. Let's do this. Now that's rear delt, really focusing on the back of the shoulder, but your back is engaged, your low back is engaged, your core is engaged. This is a full, lots of muscles helping, okay? Last set, dumbbell Y raise. and 10. Whew. So that's gonna pre-exhaust the muscles so that maybe perhaps we won't have to lift as heavy. If you're feeling strong today, you're gonna go for it. If you just barely showed up, you know what, just go through the motions. You made it here, number one. Pick lighter weights. Just keep the habit going, okay? So sometimes you're not making great strides in your workouts if your mind is not here, but you are here, all right? So that's a great stride in itself. So at this point, for those people that have the equipment and want to go to a row, a cable row on the machine, you're going to do a pull here. You could even use a reverse grip and really hit a little bit lower. Then we're going to go for the band pull down. You might have your lat pull down machine and then a face pull with a band. All right? And with this tricep, go about the exercise as it makes sense to you. At this point, it's not really important that the row comes first and the pull down comes second. If in your setup, it just makes sense to flow this way instead of this way, that's what you're gonna do, okay? Here, I am using my band for my row. Up tall and pull. Pull downs. And 10. And then the band pull apart, so the face pull. That band is up a little bit higher and pulling towards your face, and that's going to hit your upper back again and those delts and traps, okay? Your whole back is working. Core, I can't do it with that, I'm a little bit heavy. You see, when you come up here, you've got less of the big muscle of the lats involved, so it's likely that you would go lighter. And 10. So if you can imagine that face pull, if you're using a cable, say at a gym, and you could bring the apparatus unit up higher and pull, oftentimes you will use a rope, and that rope will pull this way towards your face, and it might even fluctuate up or change directions there. So when you're mimicking it with your band, you might be pulling with a bent arm, you might be pulling with a straight arm, all right? So just be aware that you're trying to get your upper back area, okay? There we go. Row, go back to the row. 10 reps. Good resistance. I wonder. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work. Double banded, babe. Double banded. Not bad. Ooh, yeah, that's a challenge. So you can double up that band. You could use 2 bands. You could do a lot of things. Pull down. And the bad face pull. Bent arm, straight arm. I think if you bend, you're going to get more of your upper back in. If you're pulling this way, straight out and across with a straight arm, I think it's going to hit your shoulders and your delts a little bit more. Either way, this workout hits every part. It focuses on every part of your back. So you can get a little creative. Beautiful. Ooh. Feeling a tingle. Feels good. Excuse me. One more set. One more round through this tricep. 3 exercises, tricep. This is one of those exercises right here when you're pulling that that neck muscle can start scrunching up, wanting to help the movement, so it tenses. So elongate the neck, leave it long as possible. It's going to jump in. It's going to want to help. It's an auxiliary muscle, so it's helping the movement. You just can't let it take over. Lengthen your neck. Pull down into a position of strength and then hit your reps. And 10. Good. And your face pull. Gorilla row. So we're going to be in a forward lean. We're going to hit our upper back, but our lower back is going to be stabilizing the forward lean or the forward bend. So your low back is going to be involved. You want to keep your abs engaged, your working core. All right. Biceps are truly involved in your rows. So we'll be working on our muscles. Right? That's good. Alrighty, so this is a gorilla row, and you use the same weights. I like to use the same weights for my dumbbell deadlift. It seems like it might be a leg workout, but in fact, it's you lifting a heavy weight and using your legs, glutes, low back, and upper back to lift that weight, okay? So keep that in mind. I know it feels, it looks like it's a leg workout, but it is. Right? All right, so gorilla row. That's going to hit the floor each time. I don't really like to smash my floor, but here we go. 20, so that's 10 on each side. And 10. Nice job. Come up and just make sure that you're not dizzy. Into your dumbbell deadlift. Driving hips out, but most of that's in your low back. Kind of coming forward on it. 2. Finish up the work right up to your shoulders. 3. So you can feel your breathing getting a little heavier, using a lot of muscles, right? Energy is being utilized. You've got a lot of activity going on with those dumbbell deadlifts. Same with the gorilla row. I mean, even though your legs are in a fixed position and you're not really moving, they're working to stabilize, so they're isometrically contracted. A lot of work going on. Gorilla. I love those gorillas, but you're staring at your dirty floor and it's like, oh, now I gotta clean the floor. It's never ending. Conventional deadlift. It says deadlift. I usually put conventional as opposed to stiff leg deadlift, okay? We're doing conventionals today. You're taking your break in between the heavier lifts. It just allows you to come back in good form with good energy so that you can do a safe set. All right? And that depends. I'm lifting moderately today. I just feel that, I don't have the mind power to stay in a really heavy lift today. But if you are lifting heavy today, you might need to take more break. All right? It's all individual. Alrighty, third set. And then we've got those pullovers. Those are beautiful. Yeah. Gorilla. We got this. Okay. All right, everything feels good. Watch that tension in your neck. Check out your low back. And come at these last deadlifts strong. Gorgeous. There we go. There we go. I put my chair backwards today. Oh well. We're going to do those pullovers. Such a nice stretch. So pullovers on a chest day, you kind of keep it from top of your head right over to your chest line. When you want to focus on your back, you keep it from full extension to about your forehead. You want to keep the tension on your upper back. If you want to do the full shebang because it feels good, then that's what you do, okay? 10, and then just rows. Dumbbell rows. Good. control movements, right? Those shoulders are at risk back there, especially with heavier weights. Single arm dumbbell row. All right, that movement is not just up and down. It's almost back into your hip a little bit. It's a little bit of a curve there. All right, very, very subtle, but you're gonna feel it in your lat. The other thing here as well is you take it into that good posture, break at the hip and forward, and keep that good posture. Otherwise, you're gonna be all scrunched up and you're not gonna hit the muscle you want to. So, tall, exaggerated, cartoon character, all right? Posture, break at the hip, keep it there, and then pull. Don't overdo pulling it into your hip, but just be aware that that's the trajectory of that dumbbell. The other thing, take this with to the next set. It's not just lifting that weight and wrenching it up. It's actually, your thought process is contract the muscle. The weight lifts, all right? Primary thought is that muscle is contracting. My arm follows, okay? Otherwise, you're just wrenching that muscle up and counting reps, and you're not really working the muscle. Nice job. Single arm dumbbell row. This is count reps. This is just 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Can you see I'm just trying to lift that weight and I'm just trying to get 10 reps out. Here, I want to work that muscle, so I'm thinking of my upper back pulling together, and when it does, it lifts my arm. There we go. Just pointing out that fact to you, or that thought process to you, brought that last set right into like, holy man, I'm hitting my muscle. Because when I bring these things up, it's because I find myself slacking. So when I think to remind you about it, it's because I'm slacking on that point. So here we go. Good. So the longer you lift weights, those little things just start happening because your central nervous system has learned how to do it that way, so it just goes automatically. But there are still those moments that you have to bring it back because you're at the grocery store, or you're making the deviled eggs, or did I get wine to take over to so-and-so, right? Okay. Last set. Pull over, abbreviated, or full, which would mean I come right over my chest. fooling around. I keep a natural arch in my back and I really stabilize my core. Try it both ways. If you want to flatten out your back, I think you're going to find a big difference in the movement, okay? That's going beyond what we need right now, though. The rows. Good. Cartoon character, even in a forward bend, and squeeze. Beautiful. And 10. Good job. Are we on our last one? Yeah. So you guys, this is new to everybody, the pull-throughs. If you imagine that you were at a gym and you're using a cable machine, you would be, cable machine's behind me and I've got the rope and I'm allowing it to pull me back and pull through. All right, so if you can see this movement, we're going to use a dumbbell to do the pull throughs. Lower back, hamstrings, coming into our upper back and hitting those Y's again, right? In a flat position. So, as I was saying, lighter weights, because then we move right into a good morning, which is double whammy for that back, right? So, pull through. Slight bend to the knees, contract, lower. So my back is flat, but at this point I'm going to roll over and back, and then I'm going to uncurl and lift. 1, 2, 3. Come on. And whoa, I'm going to lower my weight for the next one. Yeah. Watch the spin and the good morning. God. So even with a lighter weight, because we put those two back to back, it's a lot of work. So pay attention to how your low back is reacting and responding to that. Can you keep good form? Are you just throwing it up because I gotta get 10 reps out? You wanna get 6 really good ones out, as opposed to 10 sloppy ones. All right? Good. Like I said, I'm gonna go to a lighter weight. And we got 2 more sets. Now with this one, you can go to 8 reps, and the last one, 6 reps. You can go to lighter weight. You modify. See how you feel today. All right, pull through. Right there. I'm calling me at 8. All right, knowing that I have to go for another 8 to 10 for these good mornings. And 8. 8 and 8 for me, and I'm gonna go 6 and 6. I just know that my back is feeling fantastic. It's getting challenged. I can feel the good challenge. And I'm not sure how far it'll take me to get to a bad challenge, so I'm not gonna go there today. All right? Heart rate's up a bit too. That's awesome. But that coffee's waiting for us, so let's go. Let's do this last set. You're either doing 8, 10, you might do 6. I'm gonna get to 6 and see how I feel about the 8. Bite here. All right. And go for my 8. Oh, barely, barely. You see, with that being a new movement, everything's freaking out, saying, what are you doing? All right, so you ease into it, check it out. We're here for the long run, you guys. And 8 for me. Good. Ooh. I want to go down into a stretch, but I want to watch my low back as well. Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. Maybe a side to side would help a little bit and stretch out the back that way. So, there you go. Back. I am coming tomorrow. I haven't done the board. In my mind, I'm seeing us keep a really quick, maybe complex movements so that we hit a lot of muscles in a few short sets. That's my thinking right now. Make up your mind, okay? It would be great to have you, a great way to start the weekend, the holiday weekend or the Easter weekend, right? Alrighty, you guys, coffee. There we go. Have a fantastic day. Have a good Friday. See you later.